I'm Reece Stein at your leisure at Yellowstone National Park, where, yes, you can still ride a snowmobile into the park to see the geysers, the wildlife, and all the waterfalls. Yellowstone has been my favorite getaway since I was a small boy, and winter in the park is completely different from summer. Our first winter venture into Yellowstone was by snow coach 40 years ago. But seeing the park on the back of a snowmobile has become a particular favorite of our family and friends.
On the snowmobile, you're right there with the nature. You're feeling the wind in your face. You're seeing the snow come down. The animals are close. It's really a wonderful way to see the park.
But gone are the days when you could simply unload your own machine and head into the park. The Park Service is allowing only 350 machines per day in the park. But that total is rarely reached. There's still plenty of room every day, although President's Day weekend will be busy. Each machine must be a cleaner, quieter, four-stroke machine, and each group must be led by a certified guide.
Safety's number one, fun's number two, and if we happen to learn anything, that's a plus. But it won't guarantee that.
Reg Smith of Three Bear Lodge is our guide, and even though we've ridden in the park many times, the guide always enhances the experience.
It's magic to me. You go in and you never know what you're going to see. You stop, and in our case, the guide pointed out an eagle that I totally missed.
And only Reg knows that behind this berm graze a pair of majestic bull elk.
There's two elk. It's one of the 7 animals in the world that have ivory. They have 2 ivory teeth.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
This year we choose to ride the less traveled trail to the canyon area, where we practically have the waterfalls of the Yellowstone River to ourselves. Then into Hayden Valley, where we're treated by the park's newest wildlife experience, wolves feeding on a kill.
Seeing all the wildlife. It's a fabulous place to watch wildlife, whether it be the buffalo, the elk, the swan, the geese, or now the wolves that have been introduced to into the park. It is very enchanting to see those animals out there.
If you want more comfort, all-day snow coach tours are popular and less expensive. Clyde Seeley was the first to offer snowmobile rentals in West Yellowstone in 1971.
The ideal thing to do then, in my estimation, would be to come to Yellowstone and let us take you into the park one day and see the whole thing on that lower loop, and then go out of the park and into the Forest Service and lands 100 or 600 miles of trails out there and have a whole different experience snowmobiling.
The only restriction outside the park is the 45-mile-an-hour speed limit. You can tear up the Powder Off Trail and ride through spectacular scenery along the Continental Divide boundary of Idaho and Montana. Here on Two Top Peak, snow-blasted trees have created an enchanted crystal cathedral with lodgepole spires. After a big snowfall, the ghost trees are magical and the vista's endless.
Living here 2 decades, I know without any question that West Yellowstone yields the greatest snowmobiling in the world. West Yellowstone has the most groomed trails in all of the world. They have some of the best trails in the world. And off the trails, there are hundreds of miles of mountainous area that you can go.
We like to ride into Island Park, Idaho, stopping to see the ducks, big cutthroat trout, and occasional muskrat at Big Springs, a headwater of the Snake River. Then on to one of the several Island Park lodges for lunch and a warm-up.
It's just an amazing experience. You can be alone, but you're with other people.
West Yellowstone lodges offer complete packages. Clyde Seeley had to rebuild Three Bear Lodge after a fire 2 winters ago. The interior is now decorated with reclaimed material from the old motel and features the Goldilocks room with a special alcove bedroom ideal for your baby bears. Three Bears has conference facilities, a restaurant, and snowmobile and snow coaches on site.
We're not the vanilla floor plan.
A pair of oversized dueling bronze elk welcome visitors to Bill Oldroyd's unique hibernation station. It's a rustic log cabin village, each cabin topped with a cut-out western scene. But there's nothing primitive about these log cabins. Some have kitchens, fireplaces, and each is uniquely decorated. Ask for the Wyatt Earp cabin and sleep in Oldroyd's hand-built 4-poster burled wood bed. You may never leave the cabin. Because of the restrictions and ongoing controversy, there is a perception that you can't snowmobile into Yellowstone Park. It's just not true.
A Reece, you can still snowmobile inside Yellowstone Park. It is beautiful.
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure, West Yellowstone, Montana.